Okay, it is 9:05 a.m. February the 9th, 21. I have a few stocks on the watch list, the main watch list today, and I have already begun to fund another account, a TD Immediate Trade account. Something just keeps telling me that I should probably do a TD Immediate Trade account. The issue with interactive brokers is that because they have their free trading behind an asterisk, the problem is that I'm going to perhaps want to buy a stock, and then when I click, to place an order with the speed keys or whatever, a big thing is going to pop up and ask me, hey, you know what? Hey, I know you're trying to take advantage of our free trading, but unfortunately this trade does not qualify, and I'm just going to have to click through the thing saying, yes, I accept the tiered commission structure, and then I'm gonna have to click OK. And I don't want to have that problem. I wouldn't mind if they just charged, a flat tiered commission, but then, if I want to scale in and out of stocks, that might be pretty expensive and not worth it. TD Immediate Trade, they might have some shitty executions, but all of these brokers are having shitty executions, and I need to really take that into consideration, that it's not just E-Trade like with that previous trade. It's all of these stocks, and I'm sure TD Immediate Trade is probably going to be worse, but those are actually going to be free trades, I think. Like, I don't believe there are going to be any issues trading, having menus popping up saying, hey, we're actually going to have to charge for this trade. They do charge $6.95 for OTC, so interactive brokers will be better for that. But I'm going to stick with interactive brokers in the meantime. But I've already made a deposit on the TD Immediate Trade account, and I'm probably going to switch to that very soon, because I know I can trade in and out, scale in and out, completely free commission, completely free commissions. I won't have issues with anything asking me in terms of that. At least that's what I think. I could totally be wrong. Now, there are going to be slow executions. I've heard interactive brokers is also kind of slow, so it's going to be slow executions with TD Immediate Trade, but I think it's going to be fine. It could be much worse. It could be slow executions and issues with it telling me that I have to pay fees. I wouldn't mind if maybe with a cash account, I could subscribe to something and then pay commissions, just a small commission, so it won't, ask me every time I'm trying to trade something. For example, with NXTD, if I wanted to, let's do NXTD, and let's put, can I not change it? Okay, let's just say 100 shares of NXTD, right? And let's make my limit price something stupid like 50 cents so it doesn't go through. I better be right. And then I click submit. Alright, this one actually went through. But the thing
Order
is,
cancelled.
alright, that's funny. So I had this issue with yesterday with PHUN. I tried to, so is that 272? Let's just make a limit. Really? Am I just an idiot? Or is this, alright. Well, I just place an order for, it won't execute because it's 50 cents obviously, but okay, why isn't it having an issue like before?
Order cancelled.
Before, when I tried using speed keys, right, it said, hey, this isn't going to qualify. Maybe it wasn't going to qualify for tiered. Maybe it wasn't free commission trading because it was it takes away liquidity. It is not a trade that adds liquidity. If I put in a limit order, even at 50 cents, it adds liquidity. I don't know. I guess I'll have to keep looking. Alright, I'm not trying to drag this out, but NXTD is a second day stock. Nothing I really want to trade at the moment. It looks like it had a nice bounce off of the previous breakout level at 77. To me, it was that 180 level. I remember yesterday I wanted to trade it off of that 180 level to see if it could break out. It eventually did, but unfortunately kind of a wasted breakout, another wasted breakout, because it did it late, after the markets have already closed. So, it could still hold, but I guess that's why people like OTCs, because this can happen after hours. It's not going to do a very important breakout, confirmed breakout at the 180 level right here at 5:30 p.m. That's really unfortunate. It's just going to be something to watch in the meantime. AUVI looks like a first day stock. Let's see the long term. Long term isn't the best because there could be plenty of people selling into this spike today from this big volume day. The volume there was 18 million. The volume here so far is 5. Plenty of people could have sold, sure, but plenty of people could also have sold into this, could be selling right now into this spike, but it is a first day stock and that's pretty good. ITRM is another one, and this one kind of seems worse. It's a bad sushi chart. It's had some volume days already, plenty here. This one's probably the worst of them all. OG, and I remember this being under $1, pretty impressive. A lot of these stocks have this ugly thing, I don't know what you want to call it, but this one broke out of it very nicely. It's going to have resistance at 2, although it's already fading. Let's see if there's any levels of support here. Not really, maybe 150. Yeah, I think I have it in order from best to worst, minus NXTD. AUVI is going to be the one that I'll be looking at today, at least the most. But this is all I got for right now. We still got a while to go before the market opens. Okay, it's 9:41 a.m. AUVI is being a bit of a halter. It tried to break this pre-market level of 11.09, or you can just say 11. Not the way I would want it to break out because it got halted, but it's still a nice uptrend. Wasn't really interested in trading this. Kind of had a failed head and shoulders. I'm used to inverse head and shoulders, obviously. But yeah, a nice spike after that, just not really predictable, kind of halty. ITRM, spiky monster. Nothing I really want to trade right now. Made a wick towards the 275-ish level. Yeah, there's nothing I want to trade right now. NXTD might fade. At least right now it's fading a little bit since it's pre-market levels. You could say a dip buy in a 180, which was the original breakout level. The issue is that if it keeps going back to that breakout level at 180, it might actually crack it. OGEN. Oh, and by the way, the charts have been very slow lately. It's starting to get slow again. Kind of looks like a dip buy opportunity in the 160s. I didn't really get in because there wasn't a clear level of support other than here, which it wasn't perfect. Now in the 150, so no setups right now. Things are looking kind of interesting, but I don't know. If I don't trade today, I'll be totally fine. Alright, it is 9:57 a.m. I went ahead and got my first trade out of the way with EVOK. It was a bull flag attempt. Unfortunately, story of my life, it didn't work out because I got in the trade, but I'm just paying off karma from a previous life because I must have did something bad. I have bad karma, like, I get in a trade and it doesn't work out, and then I miss a trade and it works out perfectly. But EVOK was just a failed bull flag, and I had issues with Interactive Brokers because I tried when I placed a buy in a sell order. This stock, and also I didn't like the spread, but a bull flag is a bull flag. Those have worked out nicely. Of course, not the one I get in, but I can't be that salty. I tried selling when it cracked the 440 level, but I don't know why did it ask me again that, hey, this is gonna cost commission to sell, when I already knew that with the buy. But that's fine, because that's why I'm already working on the TD immediate trade account. I can't trade like that. If I'm gonna try trading, in every single trade I do, with interactive brokers is going to tell me, you know, because of the asterisk, hey, this is actually going to charge money, so you have to click here and click here to transmit the order. I don't want to be a part of that. And there's no way to sign up for tiered commission trading, even if I wanted to, with everything, with the you know, cash account, IBK, or light account. So yeah, this was a failed bull flag. It's uptrending now, but you know, that's not the setup. The setup was a bull flag, a continuation. The wicks, it seems much nicer here when it started putting up a nicer uptrend, but really it just didn't work out when I got into trade, and I wouldn't have held here. This is like degenerate, you know, just oh, it didn't go my way, let's just see what happens. That's stupid. So didn't work out the way I wanted. It was a nice, I guess, first trade. It's a good thing I only traded 50 shares. I think it's because it's liquidity. I think it's literally because I add liquidity when there are no commissions. But when you take liquidity, it's going to cost. So let's just verify that. If I remember what to do. Where's the freaking... I don't see the little pin. Where is it? There's normally like a pin. There's normally a pin somewhere. I guess it wasn't there at the moment. Okay, so let's just see if this proves my point. So EVOK. Now let's place a limit for 50 shares, and this time let's make the limit price $1. Can that not show up? So that means, you know, I want to buy 50 shares at $1. Not gonna happen, but and now it doesn't cost anything. I think it's because of the fact that
order cancelled.
You know, it takes liquidity that they want to charge commissions, which is stupid because by the time you click on OK twice and do all those things, it's going to be adding liquidity because it won't be at the same price, especially if it trades with a spread like this. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm just not going to trade with interactive brokers because it's, you know, if it's going to ask me continuously, hey, this one's actually going to cost commissions, you know, with a troll face in the pop-up menu, and then it's going to cause a delay and have, you know, cause me an issue selling. You know, that's too bad, and I can't feel too bad. I did try to cut losses. You know, there was a delay with the broker there, but you know, a big red candle like that, that's just, you know, you can't really, it's hard to cut losses with something like that. It was just a nice attempt, especially because at the time it was holding this 440 level, which would have been a significant breakout level for it to hold up right at the level. It was like a bull flag confirmed breakout. It just didn't work out because I got in the trade, but you know, maybe it'll work out in the future once I finish paying off this karma, because I don't know what else it could be. But I am going to be switching to TD immediate trade. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, because I know TD immediate trade is legitimately free commission trading with U.S. Stock exchange stocks. It is going to be $6.95 for commissions when you trade OTCs, but there's nothing wrong with that. And yeah, I'm just not going to trade with interactive brokers. I can't, you know, as a day trader, try to get in a trade and then it says, you know, pops up this menu blocking up half the screen saying, hey, I'm sorry, this is going to cost a commission. It just doesn't qualify at the moment for commission free trading, so I can't do that. Looks like ITRM held its 216 level and did a bounce from here, but it's just something I didn't see, or at least I don't remember seeing it. It would have been kind of sketchy too, because you know, it's touching that 216 level again and again, and it went from a wick here to like an actual candle. Although it was a quick bounce from this level, I don't think I would have caught that. Maybe even if I saw it, I would have missed it anyway. But NXTD, nothing I want to trade. Just nothing I want to trade. It looks like it might try to hold $2, but doesn't look. Looks a bit crazy here. Let's do a 1 minute. I mean, it just doesn't look that nice. I've seen cleaner holds, but it could definitely do it. I'm not saying it won't. I hold at $2. LG, and nothing I want to trade either, especially because this one broke that 160 level. I mean, sure it's rebounding now, but that's kind of, I don't know, it doesn't seem like something I would trade, although it worked out here. AUVI is a nice runner, just not going to trade a halty stock, but you know, it's a very significant movement. Excuse me, broke the, at least here up to September, I don't know, maybe this was the IPO. But I mean, it broke past this level here. This thing was $5 yesterday. That's pretty impressive. Looks like it's not halted. Yeah, just some nice moves. Nothing too crazy. Just some dip buy opportunities. I wonder if NXTD will hold $2. It'd be kind of impressive if it did. EVOK is at 417. You know, it's a 22 million share flow, but I mean, it has these big candles like a low floats. Yeah, that's just too bad. You know, it didn't work out the bull flag, but it could have. Hopefully I finish paying off my karma or bad luck or whatever. But I just have to keep going at it. It's a good thing I traded 50 shares. I just can't trade with interactive brokers as much as I'd like to, because they're gonna keep asking me again, you know, to confirm this is gonna trade with commissions, and I don't mind it because they're cheap, but if it's gonna ask me that with every trade I want to do, it's useless for day trading at least. So I'll keep looking, but no setups right now. It was a nice, I think a nice trade attempt, and at least I traded it small just in case it didn't work out. Okay, it is, what is it, time 10:17 a.m. So EVOK looks like it might try to put up an inverse head and shoulder, shoulder, head, potential shoulder. Maybe it won't, it'll just uptrend. I don't want to trade like this, but you know, I saw here the bull flag failed. And then when I saw this is another, it's not a bull flag, I forgot what you call it, but it's like a pennant or something like that. It makes a flag and then it uptrends. You know, of course it did that, and I knew that was going to happen, right? But I didn't know the bull flag was going to fail, but it's just, I'm just paying off karma. I don't, it's just paying off karma. If this thing does a downtrend in the 420s, has a big wick to risk off of, that will be a buy I can consider 100 shares with. I'm gonna pay commissions because it's gonna be, I'm gonna guess because it removes liquidity. I did one configuration with the platform, something about routing through smart. I'm gonna do that. Maybe that will fix it, because I noticed here on these trades that didn't ask for commissions. It wasn't routed through Amex or whatever that means, through routing through Amex. I don't know what that means exactly. I know Amex is an exchange, but this is a NASDAQ stock, so I'm clueless as to what that exactly is asking for. But I guess the idea now, and it did do a nice neckline to the previous level here, so it doesn't have to work out. It could obviously keep this uptrend here. But if it does a downtrend, 420s, big red candle, or a big wick to risk off of, I don't see why I can't try 100 shares. It'll be my last trade, I think, with interactive brokers, at least for a while, because I think they are cheaper to trade with OTCs as long as you're not buying a million shares of a sub-penny stock. Although they have a limit of not charging more than 1% of the order entry. So yeah, let's see if this thing does the inverse head and shoulders, if it gives me a nice wick to risk off of, or a big red candle. We'll see if it does it. I might keep this recording on to see if maybe it happens or not. Can we not route this through Amex? If I have a choice. Alright, that seemed to work. It's at 418. I guess the wick here would be 413 on this shoulder, which is probably going to just break under. I don't know. Let's see how this thing continues to trade. It's already 10:27. It's up on the first day. I don't like the spread. The spread is fucking lame. I might even trade without speakeasy just because the spread is trash. And I can do 100. I don't know. What is the issue with here? I guess it's because it's typing in position. Limit price, let's just put 418. Well, actually, the limit would be maybe 428. I was thinking about shorting there. I don't care if it's shortable. And I could be ready to buy if it does it. We already have a wick here at 16 to risk off of, but you know, I want to see a consolidation candle. And it's kind of early still. Like, it could be like this and then I'll make another wick down, which wouldn't be ideal. If I get burned twice with this stock, I'll probably just ban myself from ever trading it. This isn't the first time I've seen this stock before, although I think it's the first time I traded it. Unless it's that other stock. No, the other one was KNOS.
Order filled.
She can have it back at where it was. The only issue here is that I still could be early, and if I'm still early, that could be the only thing going against this. I don't like the level 2 too much. It could be better. 420 would be important, as well as the wick here at 415. Still holding that wick level. Of course, I'd prefer to not test it, but if it's gonna break it, it's gonna break it.
Order filled.
Well, it broke the wick level at 415 just by 2 pennies, but you know, the way that I have this set up in my mind, it could still come back, sure, but it's just not as likely. The thing is going much wider than it was right here, so that's why I got out. So, and it didn't, I don't know, it worked here just fine. It didn't ask for commissions, but it did with speed keys, and I like trading with speed keys because, you know, it cuts off any seconds, it cuts off human error, fat finger mistakes with entering prices and all of that jazz. So yeah, it's, you know, it's just unfortunate, you know, but I don't know, maybe it's probably me. The bull flag could have definitely have worked out. The inverse head and shoulders, it could still work out. I just probably maybe got in too early, but You know, I risked off with a big wick. It had that big wick. It kept this downtrend. I got out because it broke that wick. So it could still work and make a wide freaking shoulder, but I just don't think that's healthy trading. That I trade 50 shares and then 100 shares it doesn't work, and then I'm like, it's really gonna work. I'm gonna trade 300 shares. That just doesn't seem like what a successful trader does. I don't like the spread on this stock either. I think for the future I'll just stay away from stocks that trade a large spread like this. I mean, right now it's fine, but as you've seen, it can be like 5 cents off. I probably could have done better, but you know, this thing could still work right here. It'll probably work here because I'm not in the trade, but you know, it could start rounding off right around here, but you know, that's not really the setup I was interested in. It could definitely do with a spike now. The volume needs to pick up though. This is the best I've ever seen on the bid. And I'm curious if it didn't, you know, do commissions because it wasn't, whatever reason, routed through Amex. I don't know what that means. EVOK at Amex. This was clearly commission-free trading, so I don't know what the issue is with that. I will save a screenshot of this, but yeah, I just broke the level here, so I'm not going to hold past it. I held for 2 minutes. I got in at 10:22, and I got out at 24, 21 to 14. Now it's looking like it has to do it now, otherwise this thing could fail. It looks like trash. That's really unfortunate. The only one because I undertrade, and then when I do undertrade, you know, it doesn't work. But if I'm paying off some karma, that's for the better, I guess. I don't consider myself to be a bad person, but maybe I was fucking Hitler in another life. I don't fucking know, dude. We'll see. This thing looks very bad. If I were to have been in this trade right now, I would be feeling pretty bad, or maybe even consider selling. But I guess, you know, I play off the risk level at 411 and it cracks it again. So that's a pretty pathetic stock. It's not the stock up the least. NXTD is at 22% up. I guess it's tied now with OGen. Yeah, I just cracked this. This is a failed inverse head and shoulders. I'll probably update the thing here. Let's look at the other guys. AUVI just keeps going up. I'm not much of a hodler, especially on a halty stock. Yeah, EVOK just failed inverse head and shoulders. ITRM, it's just trading. It's just moving. It's not really doing any setups that I'm interested in trading. NXTD looks like it's at, yeah, it looks like it's above the twos. It's just not, it's like ITRM, it's just moving around. It's not really doing anything that I want to trade specifically. OGen, same thing. It's just nothing I want to trade. It cracked at this level 160. Looks like it's trying to hold it now, putting up a higher high from this level. But yeah, it's just trading random mess. EVOK at least presented itself an inverse head and shoulders. I guess it's just a stock that gets sold into too much. Very unfortunate that, you know, I undertrade and the trades I get in don't work, but eventually it's gonna go in my favor. There's only so much karma I have to pay off, I guess. You know, I played it well here, risking off the candle. Didn't have any pop-ups asking me, you know, are you okay with trading with a commission in this one? This one, where was it? Yeah, the one trade here, then that bull flag that failed. Could have been a very nice trade, didn't work out, but you know, I pay off more karma and I guess I get better. Definitely gonna trade with TD Immediate Trade because I like using speed keys. Would have helped me much better here, getting out at a better price in this big red candle. It's just not worth it, even if it means that, okay, well, you know, if you don't want to do commissions, you can trade right here, you know, on this thing right here, and you know it's not going to do commissions or whatever. But that's stupid. Yeah, I don't know why I routed through Amex or whatever that means, but it charges commissions when it does that. Anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna call it off. You know, not the best in terms of how I feel, but definitely did some good trades. This could have very well have worked out. A nice bull flag. That's happened before. The only thing that was against it really when I bought was that the wicks were getting lower, which isn't good. Lower low wicks. It could have still worked out though. It didn't. And then the inverse head and shoulders here absolutely took a shit. EVOK. Probably just not going to trade this stock or any stock that has a wide spread when it's very important. The volatility, the you know the trading, I guess. I think I couldn't have done this any worse, and I don't feel too bad anymore. The thing here was kind of out of my control. A big red candle, hard to cut losses with a big red candle. Just some bad karma with that I'm paying off, I guess. I tried my best, and that's all I can do. So yeah, I'm gonna call it off. I'll try right now to start configuring with TD Immediate Trade because I don't want it to just randomly tell me, hey, we're gonna charge commissions here. I'd rather have shitty executions than to have something just messing with me in the middle of a trade. Nobody wants that. So yeah, I'm gonna call it off. I think just a good trading day. I tried twice on this stock. Just kept getting sold into, I guess, and I traded it well in terms of plan. Besides that, you know, hopefully next time when I see a stock doing an inverse head and shoulders, because I've missed these plenty of times and they do a very nice run up, I'll actually be in the trade and it'll actually work in my favor. Yeah, I'm just gonna call it off. I traded it well, just wasn't the best stock, I guess. You know, just wasn't my day for that. Okay, it is 11:50 a.m. I'm gonna call it off right here. I just wanted to make a recap. I've already made an account on deposited money with TD Immediate Trade, just a small amount, and it seems like their speed keys is not configurable, as in you can't press a certain button on your keyboard to buy maybe 100 shares, 200, 300, or sell in quantities of 3 to 100. It's all in or all out, unless you change the position amounts on the order entry bar, which at that point you might as well just be using this. I don't know if I'm gonna have to just, you know, deal with not using speed keys anymore. It's still not that bad. I could always just, you know, do that, or I already have my shares there, I guess, and change it so it goes up in quantities of 100 or something, and then, you know, just do it with that, just clicking on the bid and then bam, or the ask and then bam. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like speed keys are going to really be that good with TD Immediate Trade, because you can't specify how many shares unless you put in the position that you would like to buy or sell into the order entry. So I guess I'll keep looking at it, but it's probably not going to be a thing. but maybe it will. I don't know. If not, I'll just keep it as an account I can have on the side for taxes with my business. I could just buy SPY or something and just hold it there. As I put money there to save for tax season. So that's where I am right now. I'm gonna call it off. Unfortunately, not really good configurable speed keys with TD Immediate Trade, and perhaps I can try with Interactive Brokers. I just have to make sure it doesn't have that through Amex routing or whatever the heck that is, to make sure that that keeps me from being asked to trade with commissions.